My name is Ben Fuchs. I am a nutritional pharmacist. They call me Pharmacist Ben. I use nutritional supplements in my practice where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs. That's because I look at the human body as a healing and regenerating system. No matter what your health challenge is, folks, you can reverse it because the testimony of the human body is that all degenerative disease is reversible. It's a regenerating system, and we do not have to be condemned to our degenerative disease processes, nor do we have to be condemned to the prescription drug model of modern medicine. I want to start the program off today talking about my favorite, or one of my favorite nutritional supplements, and that is the ultimate essential fatty acids, good fats. Specifically, I want to talk today about a form of essential fatty acid called prostaglandins. These incredibly important molecules that many of us are deficient in or have the wrong balance of, or a type of missing link that connects all chronic degenerative diseases together. They're the common denominator in health issues as seemingly diverse as acne and atherosclerosis and cancer and arthritis to dementia to diabetes. Pretty much all degenerative diseases have this prostaglandin link underneath them. Because prostaglandins are actually a form of ultimate essential fatty acids, using your ultimate EFAs as a supplement can go a long way towards improving the symptoms and the progression of almost any health challenge you can name. Prostaglandins, or activated essential fatty acids, as I like to call them, are involved in constriction and dilation of blood vessels. They're involved in blood clotting or blood thinning. They sensitize nerves to pain. They can be behind many neuropathies. Prostaglandins are associated with cramping, premenstrual cramping. They induce labor. They decrease pressure inside the eye or increase pressure inside the eye. They're involved in inflammation. They're involved in calcium, the movement of calcium into cells. They regulate all the other hormones. These activated essential fatty acids are actually a type of master hormone. They control cell growth. They control cell division. They act on hot flashes in the thermoregulatory center in the brain. They act on improving kidney filtration. They're involved with the digestive system and the central nervous system. Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease both have a link to prostaglandin deficiencies. It's really hard to overstate the significance of these activated essential fatty acids, the prostaglandins, so-called because they were first discovered in the prostate gland. Almost everything that goes wrong in the body has on some level a link to these EFA, essential fatty acid, activated ultimate essential fatty acid substances. They're major players in controlling pain and inflammation, as well as digestive health, the health of the heart, the health of the circulatory system, the health of the brain, the health of the nervous system. They help keep blood sugar stable. Anything you can think of in terms of biochemistry in the body, and you've got a role for prostaglandins, meaning you've got a role for the ultimate essential fatty acids. Even though most folks, many folks anyway, haven't really heard of prostaglandins and less know much about these fatty substances, activated essential fatty acids, in my opinion, they can be considered among the most important and powerful, if not the most important and powerful molecules in the body, and perhaps in all of biology. And not surprisingly, they're a target for many over-the-counter prescription drugs, most notably your anti-inflammatories. Aspirin's mechanism of action involves prostaglandins. Motrin's mechanism of action, how Motrin works, involves prostaglandins. Naproxen, Aleve, all work by suppressing or inhibiting the effects of prostaglandins. You may have heard of something called COX-2 inhibitors. The most famous one is called Celebrex. Well, COX-2 is an enzyme that is involved in the production of prostaglandins, and COX-2 inhibitors are prostaglandin inhibitors. And even though the pharmacomedical model perceives or thinks that blocking the formations of prostaglandins is somehow a good thing, it's somehow beneficial, shutting down inflammation or shutting down cramping, as it turns out, prostaglandin deficiencies are actually potentially major health issues. A lot of degenerative diseases are associated with deficiencies in prostaglandins. And when you understand how important these substances are, these activated ultimate essential fatty acids are, it's hardly surprising. Think about it. If these things, these activated essential fatty acids, prostaglandins, regulate and control and mediate or are involved with almost every single biochemical reaction in the body, how is it possible not to have side effects and toxicity from prostaglandin blocking drugs? Your non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, your Motrins and aspirin, are especially recognized for their toxicity to the kidneys and the digestive tract. And these side effect reactions, these adverse reactions, can be directly attributed to prostaglandin suppression. Some of you guys may remember a couple of years ago, Vioxx and another drug called Bextra, 2-COX-2 inhibitor drugs that were supposed to reduce the production of prostaglandins to eliminate inflammation. They had to take them off the market because of their unfortunate predisposition to causing heart disease. Prostaglandins again. And the question has to be asked, given the wide-ranging effects of prostaglandins in the body and their effects on every single biochemical process, how is it possible that these kinds of drugs can't cause side effects or wouldn't cause side effects or toxicity? Anytime you monkey around with prostaglandin production, you are asking for trouble. So what do? Get yourself on the ultimate essential fatty acids if you're dealing with any kind of inflammatory health issue, if you're dealing with any neuropathies, if you're dealing with central nervous system problems, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, movement disorders, ALS. Ultimate essential fatty acids are a must-have nutritional supplement. In fact, your ultimate essential fatty acids are a must-have nutritional supplement, not only for dealing with all chronic degenerative diseases, but also just to maintain good health. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Our number today is 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. We want to hear from you, and we'll be taking your phone calls here in just a little bit. We're going to take a time out and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program on the CBS Radio Network. And I'll be sitting in for the next 45 minutes or so, as I always do with my good friend and colleague, Douglas Winfrey. What is going on, Doug?
Well, did you know there are 10 types of hunger, according to an article that I found on Fox News? It says 10 types of hunger and how you can control them. Say your hunger is a mystery. Some days you eat what's on your plate and you move on, while other days it's like your stomach is an empty pit. They say, yeah, it can be confusing. You're grappling with your hunger, a physical need to eat, and your appetite, a desire to eat. To help decode what your body and brain are really saying, you've got to learn the difference between the different types of hunger. They say, here's how. The first one is called real hunger. That's when you actually have physical signs like shakiness from low blood sugar, headache, low energy, grumbling in the stomach. And this is according to Susan Albers, who is a registered dietitian. Then there's something called TV hunger. And that is, they're calling it eating amnesia. According to a 2013 review of studies that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, they found that eating when distracted prompted people to consume more calories in the moment as well as hours later. They say what you can do is stop trying to do something else with your hands, like knitting or paying bills while you're watching television or watching a movie. They say bored hunger. What to do? They say, well, let's see what's in the fridge, you say to yourself. They say boredom eating is something we all do. It's kind of a knee-jerk reaction to fill our time with something, a refrain from boredom, relaxation. They say, instead of doing that, read a magazine, pet your dog, feel at ease by swinging on your porch swing and various things like that.
Let me stop you right there. How come when we have boredom hunger, how come we never eat celery?
Because that's what I was going to bring up when we get through all these. Right. I'll just list the rest of them. There's afternoon hunger. That's when you get hungry in the middle of the day after lunch. Stress hunger. That's when you're stressed out. You're more likely to eat a bag of Skittles rather than some Greek yogurt, they say. PMS hunger. Apparently, before women go into their time of the month, their hormones change, and it can ramp up appetite and cravings. Head hunger. That's when you're hungry or tired. And they had another one they called hanger, which is when you're angry and hungry at the same time. Eye hunger, that's when you walk into a room, there's a plate of cookies laying there and you just grab one and eat it without even thinking about it. And then there's celebration hunger, that's eating with friends and family for a dinner on a special occasion, like a birthday cake and pizza and all that kind of stuff. But, the closest they came was when they mentioned cravings with the PMS hunger, and, not one mention of nutritional deficiencies, which is really what's at the bottom of all weight gain. Your body's craving things that you're not getting in the food that you're eating.
Right, but here's the thing. You'll notice that when we eat all those things, and I was telling you off the air, I have a sports talk show hunger, and every time I'm listening to a sports talk radio show, I feel like I have to munch on something. I also have driving hunger. Do you have driving hunger when you're doing a long drive, like you got to munch on food?
Not really. I don't really do that too much. I know that I'm going to get ready to take a long driving trip here in a few weeks, and I know my girlfriend plans to bring a whole bunch of food to munch on, but if I were traveling by myself, I wouldn't even
But it's never celery sticks. It's always something salty or something snacky or something sweet. It's not just hunger, in other words. We're always looking for something salty or something sugary or something fatty. And that's what I contend is behind our overeating epidemic, is this this drive that we have for sweet foods, which really is a disguised drive for protein, a drive that we have for fatty foods, which is really a disguised drive for essential fatty acids, and this drive that we have for salty food, which of course is a drive for minerals. So if you feel like you're munching on foods and you don't want to be eating foods and you're snacking uncontrollably, get yourself on the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. As you said, Doug, a lot of this is nutritional deficiency. This is why people lose weight when they get on the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. How many times have you heard that people, without even trying to lose weight, right, without even trying to control their appetite, simply by using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids, and the Beyond OsteoFX, which we call the Healthy Start Pack, and include the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients, how many times, Douglas, have you heard that people lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 pounds even? I talked to a guy at the convention who lost 150 pounds almost without even trying. Hang tight. We'll continue this when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, and we do have lines open for you at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. We'll get your phone calls here momentarily. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, or 888-379-2552. Toll free if you have questions about prescription drugs, medications, nutritional supplements, the longevity products. We can help you. If you have questions about the Beyond Organic products, we can help you as well. I love my Beyond Organic Swear V and Amasai. We did a phone call, myself and my friend Dixie Sedgwick do phone calls every Sunday afternoon, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll get you the phone number here in a second. I can't seem to find it. But they're conference calls, and you're welcome to join in and invite your clients and customers to join in as well. We talked about the Swear V 3-day fast on Sunday, and if you find like you're overeating, you're munching down eating too much food, and you want to lose some weight in addition to getting on the Healthy Start Pack, try the Swear V 3-day fast. Have you seen that? Have you seen the results of that yet, Douglas? Have you tried?
There's actually MZ was doing it, and I'm not sure how it worked out for him though.
Well, I do it at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. I did one yesterday. You just drink Swear V. I only do a 1-day fast. I was going to
say, because I don't think I could go 3 full days without eating. I haven't
done a 3-day. You know? I think you get used to it, apparently. That's what I hear. I've never done a 3-day fast.
I'm more used
You're not buying it?
Yeah, I'm more used to having a couple of meals.
All right. Have you ever done a 1-day fast?
Yes, I have.
Have you done a Swear V 1-day fast?
No.
It's awesome. You do half a bottle of Swear V every hour, so you do. It comes out to 6 bottles a day in a 12-hour day, and you're not hungry. The Swear V's got 3 major ingredients that are important for helping you withstand a fast and detoxify. It's made with spring water, of course, which hydrates the body. And then it has a really neat balance of sodium and potassium, which are important for detoxification as well as for nourishment. And then, of course, it's got your cultures. It's got your cultured whey, which provides you with probiotic support for the digestive system. If you haven't tried the Swear V 3-day fast, if you're intimidated by the 3-day fast, try Swear V 1-day fast, and you'll lose weight and you'll feel better as well. And the Swear V is quite tasty, I must say, and so is the Amasai for that matter. And nothing beats, in my opinion, when it comes to cheese anyway, the probiotic-enriched cheese, and I consider myself to be a cheese connoisseur.
Yeah, that is some good cheese.
Isn't it, the cheddar cheese? So before we went to break, I was talking about how you and I have seen this over and over again. People lose mega poundage. I always laugh when I hear commercials where people will say, oh, you'll lose a pound a week or you'll lose a pound a day. I'm like, oh, yeah? I know people who have lost 150 pounds in 6 to 8 months by using nutritional supplementation, by getting on the Healthy Start Pack. And that's the beautiful thing about using nutritional supplements to lose weight. It's not difficult, and I'm not talking about a pound a week, and I'm not talking about a couple pounds a week. I'm talking about mega amounts of poundage. Doug, who's the guy who lost 150 pounds who was at convention last year?
Oh, I forget.
Right? He was a new man.
Doc talks about him every
what's
once
his
in a
name?
while.
Raymond? I forgot his name.
Yeah, I think it was Raymond something.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name.
I wish I had
Vincent. His name is Vincent.
I wish I had $1 for every time I've heard somebody say that they've lost weight by just taking the Beyond Tangy Tangerine so they don't have those food cravings.
Exactly.
Because then I wouldn't have to work anymore.
Well, exactly, because it's not difficult, really. We're convinced, I should say, to believe that losing weight is a difficult proposition. It's not a difficult proposition. I'll tell you a couple major reasons why we can't lose weight. And we talked about the first one, of course, is nutritional deficiencies. When the body is deficient in micronutrients, when it's deficient in vitamins, when it's deficient in minerals, it's going to send us on this never-ending, highly focused hunt to try to get those micronutrients. And of course, the food doesn't have it, so we'll keep eating, and the body will keep forcing us to go out and find more food because there's no micronutrition. But once you get on the micronutrient supplements, which is what the Healthy Start Pack is, the body will be satisfied and you will be satisfied, and you'll be able to end this cycle of overeating and weight gain and overeating and weight gain and overeating and weight gain. There's one more very important reason why the body will not allow us to lose weight. And I'll tell you what that is when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. We'll take your phone calls when we come back from our break as well. Our number is 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Toll free, you're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. We're back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today, along with my friend and colleague, Douglas Winfrey. Looking forward to seeing you next week, Doug, in Vegas.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Our number's 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. We do have a full board. As soon as somebody drops off, we'd love to hear from you. If you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you have questions about the longevity products or supplements in general, we can answer that for you. We can answer them for you, and we'd love to do that. Before we get to calls, Doug, I just want to say one last thing about weight loss, a hidden reason why people can't drop pounds, and that has to do with the generic stress response. When the body is under some kind of stress, whether it's an emotional stress or a mental stress or a physical stress, like an autoimmune disease or some kind of pathology or breakdown in the body, it will be it won't let you lose weight, because to the body there's only a couple of stresses. It doesn't know about stresses from our families or stresses from our jobs or stresses from our bills or stresses from the poor thoughts that we think or bad feelings that we may have. It doesn't know about those kinds of stresses. To the body, the only kind of stresses it knows about are famine and being eaten by a wild animal. Now, if you're under some kind of stress for emotional reasons, the body will tend to protect you by, number one, clotting the blood and raising the blood pressure, making the breathing more shallow, and suppressing or slowing down the digestive process, and suppressing immunity too. All of these are considered to be unnecessary when you're running from a wild animal. All of these kinds of bodily processes, digestion, immunity, etc. The second thing that will happen when the second type of stress that the body's under, or perceived stress that the body is under, is famine. For thousands of years, there wasn't a lot of food around, and we would have famines, and the body learned to adapt to stress by keeping weight on. So if you find that you're trying to lose weight and you can't do it, number one, get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program that features high concentrations of micronutrients. By that I mean vitamins and minerals. And of course I'm talking about Beyond Tangerine, I'm talking about the Ultimate Daily, I'm talking about the Healthy Start Pack, all your Mighty 90 essential nutrients. That's the first step to losing weight. And it won't be difficult. Just get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack, throw in the Ultimate Daily to make sure you're getting a well-rounded daily dose of your micronutrients. And then secondly, figure out a way to reduce stresses on the body, emotional stresses as well as mental stresses. One of the easiest things you could do to lower the stress or reduce the stress response and drop weight, make it easier to drop weight, is doing your deep breathing. Sit on the couch, spend 2 minutes a day or 4 minutes a day doing slow, deep breathing, 1 minute, 2 breaths per minute, 15 seconds in, 15 seconds out, 15 seconds in, 15 seconds out. Just do it a couple of times a day. If you have a blood pressure cuff, it's a great way to observe visually how effective a deep breathing protocol can be for activating that relaxation response, because you'll notice that your blood pressure will drop, and dropping your blood pressure is also a function of activating the relaxation response. So make sure you reduce stresses in your life, whatever those stresses may be, and make sure you're on the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals that you get from the Healthy Start Pack and the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. And you'll see, like so many folks have seen, it's really not that difficult to drop pounds. Okay, I'm Pharmacist Ben along with Doug Winfrey. 831-685-1080 is your priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. I am so excited to see who is on the line, Douglas. Let's take our first
All right,
call.
let's head to California. And Dwayne, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hello, hi.
What's going on?
Oh, well, I've got some very strong difficulty in my brain, and I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in order to make things better.
Be specific here. Now, I don't know what you mean. Difficulties?
Well, I have issues with my memory. I can't remember words. When I'm speaking to somebody, if they say a word, I have to ask them what that word means.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 72.
Okay. Hang tight because I'm going to help you out here when we come back from our break. We've got to take a commercial, so don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. We're coming back at you with more good health information and your phone calls as well. Right after this, don't go away. Hi, we're back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben along with Doug Winfrey. 831-685-1080 is your priority line number. Or 888-379-2552. Toll free. We're on the line with, remind me of your name, sir. I'm sorry.
Dwayne Collier.
Okay, hi, Dwayne. I was hoping I'm glad you didn't say that you forgot. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing you there, bro. Here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. Memory problems are secondary to something else going on. Now, we can help you with your brain and your memory because there's lots of great nutritional supplements that are important for the brain, but I'd be more concerned to know what the heck else is percolating in your body. 72 years old is pretty darn young to start to have some memory problems. A couple of things that can affect your memory. In addition to micronutrient deficiencies in vitamins and minerals, we'll talk about that here in a second. But I'm wondering if you're not absorbing through the digestive system, or if you're experiencing something called endotoxemia, and that's a fancy way of saying poisons are getting into the blood. Now, poisons can get into your blood through a couple of mechanisms. Number one, they can get into your blood if you have leaky gut. That means your digestive system is breaking down and food particles and bacteria are getting into the blood. And the second thing that can cause endotoxemia or poisons in the blood is the wrong kind of balance of bacteria in the intestine. And both of these can lead to poisons getting into the blood, and they can cause memory problems. They can cause all kinds of brain issues. In fact, autism and schizophrenia are thought to be related to these kinds of problems. So I'm wondering if that's the case. And so let me ask you a couple things. Do you have any other health challenges that you can think of? Do you have any kind of joint problems? Do you have any kind of digestive issues, blood sugar issues? Yes?
Yes, I have lots of issues.
So this is what it is. Then we got to work. I can tell you some micronutrients for your brain. I will in a second. And I'm going to move a little faster because we got a full board. But first and foremost, let's patch up the digestive system, okay? Get yourself on the Beyond Organic products as soon as you can. The Swear V, the Amazine, the probiotic-enriched cheese, as well as the Biolumin Nightly Essence, my all-time favorite probiotic supplement. Not only is the Biolumin Nightly Essence packed, loaded with good bacteria, but it also has enzymes, which will help you process your food and help thin your blood a little bit to get more blood to your brain. 3 in the morning, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. Of course, the Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. That's the bottom line. That's the fundamental nutritional supplement, nutritional products for a supplement program that you want to get on, and that's the Beyond OsteoFX. The Ultimate Essential Fatty Acids. Prostaglandins play a major role in brain health, by the way, and the Ultimate EFAs are precursors to prostaglandins. And, of course, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You also want to be thinking about diabetes and blood sugar. Blood sugar can wreak havoc on mental health, and that might mean you might want to throw in some sweeties. And then as you're munching and crunching on sugary foods and foods that mess up your blood sugar, kind of think about replacing the calories that you're getting from potatoes and chips and cereals and breads and pastas with the Slender FX. The more protein, I know you're not on a diet here, and the Slender FX, the name is a bit misleading, but the protein that you get from the Slender FX will help you wean yourself off foods that throw off your blood sugar, and that, of course, is going to have a negative, throwing off your blood sugar will have a negative effect on mental health. So using the Slender FX, using more protein instead of getting your calories from carbohydrates can help improve brain health and brain functioning as well. And then last but most certainly not least, use your digestive enzymes, the Ultimate Enzymes. After all your meals, swig in a little apple cider vinegar to help activate the Ultimate Enzymes. Thanks for your call, Dwayne. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out. And kind of move on. Get our next call in, Douglas.
You think he might want to take the Memory FX as well?
Wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wouldn't hurt him.
All right, let's move on to Washington State. And Cindy, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Cindy.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I'm calling about my brother today.
Okay.
His name is Tim, and
name's
he's
Ken?
40.
Ken?
His name is Tim Hooser, and he's 43 years old.
Okay.
He's 5'6.5", 150 pounds. He takes a medicine for inflammation called Wallach, something like that.
Yes.
He has ankylosing spondylitis.
Okay.
He's had this since he was a little boy.
Okay. Fancy
They started
schmancy
out saying it was
arthritis.
rheumatoid.
Fancy schmancy arthritis. That's what that is. You know, there's not a lot of things that go wrong in the body. According to the World Health Organization, there's 12,800 different diseases. Horse hockey, there's not 12,800 different diseases. There's only diseases of inflammation, period. And all inflammation follows starvation, suffocation, and toxification. So you got all the Asians. You got toxification, which means poison, starvation, which means lack of nutrition, and suffocation, which means lack of oxygen, all leading to inflammation, which of course causes more suffocation, starvation, and toxification, which causes more inflammation. And onward we go in this downward spiral of degenerative disease. And the fact that it shows up in your joints doesn't mean that it's any different from the fact that it shows up in your brain or in an organ. The fact that it shows up in different parts of the body is not as important as the fact that it's showing up. So ankylosing spondylitis is nothing more than a classic inflammatory health issue, period. Now, it may involve some autoimmunity, which means the immune system is activated, but we're going to patch that up as well. Nobody, listen up, guys, nobody, Ken, I hope you're listening. Is he listening? Is Ken listening? If he's not, have him listen to the archive. Nobody has to be condemned to a chronic degenerative disease like ankylosing spondylitis or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or Parkinson's disease or whatever. Number one, get Ken on the Healthy Start Pack immediately. That's always the foundation. Number two, start to patch up the digestive system. This is the main reason why inflammatory processes progress and one of the reasons why they ensue, why they begin. Stuff is getting into the blood through the digestive system that's not supposed to be in the blood. That means the gut is leaky. It's called leaky gut syndrome. Patch up the gut. How? I forgot to mention, by the way, to our last caller, the Z radical or the fucoid Z, the ultimate enzymes after all your meals, the biolumin nightly essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. Here's a little trick, a little supplemental trick for patching up the gut, the glucogel caps. Yes, the glucogel caps, and by the way, they'll help with arthritis too, help improve the joint health of his joints, but they'll also help repair the digestive tract. And we don't talk about that anywhere near enough, but it's a fact. Glucosamine and chondroitin and these elements that are in the glucogel caps, including the gelatin, contain elements that are important for helping repair and helping heal the digestive tract lining. So using the glucogel caps can be helpful as well. The bottom line here, folks, is nobody has to have these kinds of health challenges as miserable as they are, and there's not a drug on planet Earth that can reverse the degenerative disease process, but of course, that doesn't matter. Because nutritional supplementation can do it, because lifestyle strategies can do it, because something as simple as deep breathing to activate the healing response, to activate the relaxation nervous system can go much further with no toxicity and no cost, no muss, no fuss than any prescription drug on planet Earth can do. So for ankylosing spondylitis, get on the Healthy Start Pack, patch up the digestive system using the Z radical and the fucoid Z and the ultimate enzymes and the glucogel caps and the biolumin nightly essence and the Jordan Rubin Beyond Organic products as well. And then if you want to throw in a couple other things, make sure he's practicing his deep breathing techniques. And it probably wouldn't hurt him to look for foods that are triggering digestive problems and then eliminating those foods. That's always a good idea, too. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. And I hope Ken's going to listen. If he's not listening now, I hope Ken hears the archive here. Because that's just tragic, Douglas. Absolutely tragic. Ankylosing spondylitis is one of the most miserable health challenges that anybody could have to deal with. And nobody has to be condemned. And there's nothing on planet Earth in the pharmacomedical model armamentarium of its weaponry that can help reverse ankylosing spondylitis or any other chronic degenerative disease. All right, time to move on. Let's get our next call, Douglas.
Let's head to North Carolina. And Trish, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Trish.
Hi.
Hello.
I've been on the Start Pack, and I've had an increase in wheezing with asthma,
Okay.
a lot of allergies,
Oh, okay.
and waking up between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. The
Okay.
wheezing, the inhaler hasn't helped much.
All right, well, let's talk about wheezing and allergy and waking up in the middle of the night, all right? Wheezing and wheezing and problems of breathing are a sign that your immune system or your defense system is activated. If it's happening in the middle of the night, that's going to be an emergency. It's always an emergency when you can't breathe, when oxygen levels drop. And if it occurs in the middle of the night, and chances are it is, your body's going to think it's under attack. It's going to think that it's a tiger's about to eat it, and it's going to make you wake up. It's going to send a surge of cortisol, stress hormone, wake hormone, and you'll wake up. So that's easy to understand, but we'll tell you how to solve the problem here when we come back from our break, so don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program on the ZBS Radio Network. We're going to take a time out and come back with your phone calls and more good health information. Don't go away. Don't Lie program. Got a couple more minutes to talk to you at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. We're talking a little wheezing and immunity. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes.
Hi there. Tell me your name one more time. I'm sorry.
Trish.
Hey, Trish. So here's the scoop. Your wheezing is a sign that your defense system has been alerted. Your body is on a defense is in a defensive posture. Whenever the body's in a defensive posture, we got to figure out what is the offending agent. The most likely offending agent is going to be some kind of food, and some kind of food that you've been eating a long time. I'm sure you know you've got some kind of digestive health issues. You've got to have them. And if you don't know you have them, you got to find them because they're there. So what you want to do is you want to link your digestive symptoms to specific foods and then eliminate those foods. And I got to tell you, grains and gluten are usually involved. So is dairy for that matter, and occasionally, eggs may be involved too. But don't limit yourself to what you think it might be the problem. Link your digestive problems, whatever those may be, constipation, gas, bloating, whatever. Link those to foods and then eliminate those foods. And then the second thing you want to do is start to patch up the digestive system. This is very important, and it's very under-recognized. There is an important relationship between the immune system and probiotics, bacteria in the gut. Bacteria in the gut are like a battery that runs the immune system, that runs the body's defensive system, and for many reasons, from genetic reasons to biochemical reasons, lots of reasons. So you got to reestablish gut bacteria, and the best way to do that is with the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and also eating fermented foods. Sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, kefir. Eating fermented foods is a wonderful way to restore or help restore probiotic balance, good bacteria balance in the gut, and then getting on the Biolumin Nightly Essence is also important. And then you might want to throw in some of those Jordan Rubin products, especially the Amasai and the Swear V. Okay, then there's a few other things that you want to do to help improve digestive health, and then also the immune system. You also want to make sure you're using your Fucoid Z. That'll help coat the digestive tract, and you might want to throw in the glucogel caps to help repair the digestive lining, and then the intestinal lining, and then also the digestive enzymes, your ultimate enzymes after all your meals. And try a little apple cider vinegar to activate the ultimate enzymes. And if you have any kind of a fungal infection, and chances are you do, the apple cider vinegar may be helpful there also. Of course, the Healthy Start Pack, you should definitely be staying on that. And then you might want to give yourself a little bit of extra magnesium from the Beyond Osteo FX before you go to bed. But I'd be focusing on the digestive health. I'd also be focusing on the intestine, bacteria in the intestine, and of course the Healthy Start Pack is also important. And then let me think if there's anything else. If worse comes to worse, and you want to throw in a couple other things and you're feeling really lousy, you might want to toss in some of that Killer Biotic product as well. If there's any kind of bacterial infection going on, that might be helpful there too. And thanks for your call. Appreciate it. But you want to regard your wheezing, bottom line, and the fact that you're waking up in the middle of the night as a sign that the emergency response system, the body's emergency response system, has been activated. And your job is to figure out what's gotten into the system that's making the body think an emergency is going on. Does that make sense, Trish? Are you there?
I don't know if I could write down all the stuff.
I know I gave you tons of information. Why don't you do this, Trish? I'll make you a deal here. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to be your personal coach through this thing. I want you to send me an email, ben@ksco.com, and put your phone number on there. Say, Trish from the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'll give you a call, and you and I will work through this together, okay?
Ben@KOSC.com.
No. K for King, S for Sam, C for Cat, O for Oscar, KSCO.com. All right? I'll be your personal coach through this thing.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Trish, take care. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more calls in.
We've only got about 30 seconds here.
That's it? Oh, my God.
It.
How does this time go by so fast? But I'll be on tomorrow, right? So we'll continue this discussion tomorrow. Thanks for listening, folks. Listen, if you're on the fence about nutritional supplementation, if you're on the fence about the longevity products, let me tell you my opinion from 17 years of experience working with Dr. Wallach and working with the longevity line of nutritional supplements. If you're looking to change your life, if you're looking to make some money too, you can do no better than beginning a longevity nutritional supplement program and then getting yourself on the CEO pack and starting to sell the products and sharing the information as well. That's why I do it, to help share the information, to help spread the word about the power and the importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Thanks for listening. I'm Pharmacist Ben for Doug Winfrey, for Doc Wallach, for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. Have yourselves a spectacular, beautiful, awesome day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.